Thank you. You had a question,
Yeah,
Mr. Harrison?
Mr. Wells, and I appreciate the multicolored, it's easy to track. But what are the sticking points that are left? And is there some way that that can be put in, a very easy to read sort of bullet point format so that we can all try to digest that between now and April?
Well, if I may, they're really very few. For homeowners and Homeowners Alliance and everyone who signed our page, we have very few issues because we have worked for 6 months with the city on this. The flight paths was there to say where it was going because before we were in and around. The policy language, in our opinion, that we have suggested is very homeowner friendly, and in fact, some of it comes direct from the statute 1604 about ensuring people work together for compatibility. No, we love the military. We support MacDill Air Force Base. However, on the military side of the equation, they're beating back encroachment. They have to. But on the civilian side, we are seeking compatible development. So that's an area. And I believe Ms. Coyle and I, with some time, can come together on that. The major issue is the noise issue. There's a noise that was added last time when we went to 10 units, and frankly, we believe, part of this process has been, well, what's there, let's leave. We're just trying to improve, and that's kind of perhaps been the thought, but that's really the issue. I strongly recommend you look at this, evaluate noise position we're taking with our suggested language, put that language in, and then you provide a balance. Homeowners have balance to evaluate compatibility, and the government has the ability to balance noise for compatibility. But those are really the issues. Flight paths, we just did it. Her map is fine, except you got to take out those other zones. We're talking flight paths here. We're not talking zones.
Have you ever discussed that with Ms. Coyle about the noise balance?
We have. Some of these things came up. Ms. Coyle's been working very hard, and I really appreciate her responding. She can't respond to every request I've had because she's been a very busy person. And in fact, I floated this draft language to her late last night, seeing if she would get a look at it. But again, she's very busy. I believe with the time that we've been permitted here, from my perspective and Ballast Point Homeowners Alliance perspective, I believe when we return on April 19th, we'll have language that homeowners can support, and the signature page attached to this language will be attached to Ms. Coyle's language.
Okay. Very good. That sounds great. Ms. Saul-Sena?
Thank you, Mr. Wells. So I'm understanding it's what you call it that's the sticking point, that calling it flight paths is acceptable to you rather than the zones. It's not a question of how they're drawn, it's a question of what they're called.
Yeah, and the city has come on flight paths. When I mentioned the zone remark, it was the map she put up. She had those zones we don't want on there, and my map, if you notice, it's just 2 red boxes that go out 17,000 feet. It's not really it's how you say it is precisely where we are today, though. We are principally agreeing everything, just like the Jerry Maguire movie. You had us at 6 units per acre.
Can I ask one other question? The other thing that I want to make sure I understand is the noise. Could you expand just a little bit about the noise issue?
Well, the noise paragraph that Ms. Coyle talked about, and that is in her language, is an existing policy that was passed sometime in the late 90s or early 2000 when they first did the AQs. And so it's been retained through this process. Our efforts have been to remove this day-night noise contour. We were trying to remove the contours because we just felt they hadn't been established in 2007. And so what has happened, they've taken out the DNL language, and if you look at our paragraph, it really reads vague. It doesn't take us anywhere. We believe our suggested language, the Tampa Comprehensive Plan is like the Pirates Code. They're guidelines. And so we believe this evaluation procedure leaves those guidelines for you to follow. Because you know what we have, Council? We have rezoning still coming to you. And that's what we wanted. Council decides our land use, and that we have that, and the city has given us that. So we believe, evaluate the noise. You can weigh the compatibility and make the decision for us, as you do on every rezoning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any other questions, Mr. Wells? All right. Thank you, Mr. Wells.
Thank you.
Now we go to the audience. Anyone in